As the fog lifts, the Spanish fleet comes into view. Learns for the first time that he is massively outnumbered.
Yeah, how are you gonna do this? I said I was gonna do Congress of Vienna today, but I wasn't expecting Epic History to release this, so I'm gonna do Congress of Vienna tomorrow.
Revolution sparked a European conflict that would last a generation. A struggle for mastery of Europe and the world.
Dog, that's wild to me. Imagine, like, you were born and your mother has been telling you, or parent, father, whatever the heck, that, oh yeah, we've been in that constant war for generations. Crazy, man.
And sea. In this war of shifting alliances, the most enduring rivalry was between France and Britain. Britain could not challenge France on land, but at sea, it was a different matter. Britain's Royal Navy was as dominant on the waves as Napoleon was to prove on land.
Yo, I had someone in my comment. I think it was Ryan. Was it Ryan? I think it was Ryan. Ryan, you're probably watching this. I think it was you that told me this. But I'm starting to remember like the names of certain people who comment a lot by heart now. But anyways, I'm pretty sure it was Ryan who told me this. He said that the French had a lot of ships, actually. A lot of ships that were more than enough. He said like but they were like scattered or something like that. But the point is, he said his French had a lot of ships that could have challenged the Royal Navy. It's just that the British were just way more better skilled sailors. So
an age when Britain had many skilled naval commanders, one stood out above the rest.
Basically what I just said.
Horatio
Nelson.
Bold, inspiring and brilliant. For the British,
the man who saved my country from a French invasion. I was telling this to someone because hilariously enough, I had a guy in my comment section. He got a bit vexed. Means angry for my American, or people who know American English don't know King's English, but he got vexed at me because I was like, what the heck, why are you always commenting on my stuff so much? Like, you got nothing better to do? And he hilariously said that my country had no history, and he was like one of those super French nationalists. Whatever, cool, keep your be whatever the heck you want, doesn't matter to me. So I pointed out how and if you watch my tribute on my channel page, actually, you probably noticed this, but I pointed out to him how Barbados actually has a statue of Horatio Nelson. Actually, Lord Nelson is what we appropriately called him, because he saved us during the Battle of Trafalgar from a French invasion. It was very much real. It was very much real, okay? It was very much real, because as soon as the Napoleonic Wars came about, the British immediately invaded the French Caribbean islands, like immediately, right? People tend to forget that the Caribbean was a huge naval battleground. In fact, I would argue that the Caribbean is probably the naval battleground. Like, that was just where every single ship was just fighting. You are a European superpower, you have a big navy, I guarantee you're most likely going to be using that navy in the Caribbean. Most likely. And people tend to gloss over that. There's that issue too in the American Revolution, where people always gloss over the Caribbean was a massive theater because of, one, supplies, and two, well, ships. And the islands were also kind of close to each other, which made it even more tense.
He'd become a national hero. These are the stories of his greatest battles.
Yes! Cape St. Vincent, 1797. I'm still waiting for him to release Trafalgar. A lot of people have been saying, go react to history, dosage Trafalgar. I'm like, I would rather wait for epic history. Trafalgar, man.
The Revolutionary War is in its 5th year, and the French Republic dominates on land. It has conquered the Low Countries and northern Italy. and now its armies advance on Austria. At sea, the British Navy rules supreme, having won a series of victories over the French. But a new alliance between France and Spain poses a major threat to British naval power. Ship for ship, the British Navy is superior to any enemy. Its crews are experienced and well led, while the French have lost many naval officers during the Revolution, and the Spanish lack money and training. Britain also has the most ships, around 144 ships of the line, the largest vessels of the age, and the only ones that take part in major fleet actions. France has just 69. But the new alliance with Spain adds 84 Spanish ships to that number.
Ooh.
If these allies can join forces at sea, they will outnumber the British and could force a naval victory that will change the course of the war.
Yo, it's still impressive that Britain has like almost as much ships as the next two. Yo, that's mad.
Is the Channel Fleet, 16 ships of the line guarding the homeland. Detachments watch France's Atlantic ports, where the French have several powerful squadrons, with the largest at Brest. Britain's Mediterranean fleet, 10 ships of the line, had been operating from bases in Corsica, Elba and Naples. But now Spain's joined the war, the British are heavily outnumbered in the Med, and decide to make a strategic withdrawal to Portugal. Here, the fleet is reinforced to 15 ships of the line.
Golly.
Its commander, Admiral Sir John Jarvis, is ordered to keep close watch on the Spanish.
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. I love Navy. Love naval war. I love naval war. I just love naval war. I just love it. I just love it. I would love to see more videos on naval aspects of war. I really would. I really would, man. Please suggest it to me.
In February 1797, 5 Spanish merchant ships sailed from Malaga on Spain's south coast, bound for Cadiz. They carry a cargo of mercury, vital for refining the silver and gold which arrives in Cadiz from Spain's New World Empire. The convoy is considered so important that it receives a powerful escort. The entire Spanish battle fleet, 27 ships of the line, and several frigates.
God, what?
After
Overkill.
Ships to Cadiz, the Spanish commander, Admiral Cordova, will continue to Brest to join forces with the French. If he is successful, the British will face a giant combined fleet, their greatest strategic fear. With the help of
this is
the Spanish pass swiftly through the Straits of Gibraltar. But the wind blows them too far out into the Atlantic.
Oh no.
As they struggle back towards Cadiz, a thick fog descends on the sea.
Oh!
Meanwhile, British frigate HMS Minerva is returning from a diplomatic mission to Italy. Aboard, an emerging star of the Royal Navy, Commodore Horatio Nelson. He plans to rejoin Admiral Jarvis's fleet off Cape St. Vincent. HMS Minerva first survives a dramatic...
Yo, how is this? Yo, this is... Okay, this is already... Okay, this is already... going crazy. Okay.
Then, on the dark, foggy night of the 11th of February, she suddenly finds herself in the midst of the main Spanish fleet. The British are so close, they can hear Spanish voices in the fog.
What?
Minerve remains undetected and is able to slip away.
Nah! Holy! How? The luck. Nah, bro. God is on Nelson's side.
Nelson reaches the British fleet. His report confirms others that Jarvis has received, that the enemy are near, though he still does not know their strength. Jarvis orders his fleet to prepare for battle and set sail to intercept.
A victory to England is very essential at this very moment.
Admiral Sir John Jarvis, commander of the Mediterranean Fleet, was from a prosperous middle-class background, but ran away to join the Navy aged 13.
Dog,
Now,
tell me you're spoiled without telling me you're spoiled.
aged 62, he has 40 years.
Look, bro. Who would, in their right mind, run away from a prosperous background to go on a basically a adventure? I mean, good for him that he showed up. He did. All right, he did. But dog, tell me you're spoiled without telling me you're spoiled, bruh.
Experience at sea, much of it fighting the French and Spanish. He's faced battle many times, but this will be the first time he's led a major fleet into action.
Yep.
Fortunate to have several outstanding captains under him, including Collingwood, Troubridge, Saumarez, and Nelson, all of whom will have their own illustrious careers. Jarvis's flagship is HMS Victory, an aging but powerful 100-gun ship of the line. The commander of the Spanish fleet is Admiral José de Córdoba y Ramos, a Spanish aristocrat, 65 years old. He'd also gone to sea at 13, and also has a record of long service, including several scientific voyages to the New World. He's only just been appointed commander of the Spanish fleet on the basis of seniority rather than merit, and has no fewer than 6 other admirals serving under him. Cordova's flagship is the mighty Santísima Trinidad, carrying 100.
Trinidad.
She's the most heavily
Trinidad. Named after Trinidad and Tobago, huh?
armed warship.
That's like south of my country. Like, I think like a few hundred miles south, not too far. If you go on like a Google Maps, like I said, bro, these islands are super close to each other in the Caribbean.
Trinidad leads a powerful fleet of 27 Spanish ships of the line, although 3 of these will miss the battle. 7 are classed as first-rate ships of the line, meaning they carry 100 guns or more. Jarvis has just 15 ships of the line, and only 2 of them are first-rates. On paper, the Spanish advantage in firepower is massive, but the guns isn't everything. The speed and efficiency with which they're handled can be decisive.
Oh wow, I really want to see how the British is gonna pull this off.
Crews are not at full strength, and many of his sailors are inexperienced.
Oh.
Fleets are accompanied by several frigates and other small ships, which did not usually fight in fleet actions, but were used for scouting and messages. At dawn, the British are sailing south in 2 columns. They hear Spanish signal guns in the fog and know the enemy is close. But while the British fleet sails with purpose, expecting to engage the enemy, the Spanish have become dispersed in their efforts to reach Cadiz. They are now in 2 groups. Smaller group of 5 ships to the east, led by Admiral Moreno, and the main group to the west, commanded by Admiral Cordova, both heading east-southeast. On their current courses, the British ships are set to pass between them. As the fog lifts, the Spanish fleet comes into view. Jarvis learns for the first time that he is massively outnumbered.
Yeah, how are you gonna do this?
The mast tops pass a steady stream of updates down to the deck. 8 Spanish ships sighted. 20 ships sighted. 27 ships sighted. Finally, Jarvis snaps. Enough, sir. The die is cast, and if there are 50 sail, I will go through them.
Okay, Jarvis.
The Spanish also spotted the British. The larger formation turns north, looking to pass the British going in the opposite direction. The smaller Spanish force turns northwest, attempting to close up with the rest of the fleet. The British may be outnumbered, but if Jarvis can get between the 2 Spanish groups and fight half the enemy at a time, his odds will significantly improve.
Yeah, you need, bro. You need to be a good strategist, but I'm pretty sure the British skilled sailors will show up.
As the range closes, Jarvis orders his ships to form a single line of battle to cut between the 2 Spanish formations. The maneuver is carried out rapidly and efficiently, with HMS Culloden taking the lead. Admiral Cordova, however, is struggling to form his ships into a line of battle following their turn. They continue to sail in a ragged group, with ships blocking each other's line of fire.
Bad.
The battle is joined at 11:30 a.m. as the British vanguard opens fire. At 12:08, Jarvis orders his ships to turn 180 degrees in succession to maintain contact with the main enemy force. But now, the smaller Spanish force is coming up, threatening to break the British line near the point of its turn. If they can pull off this maneuver, they'll split the British fleet, making it vulnerable.
Disaster!
Experienced British captains keep in tight formation.
Dog, look at these sails, right? These sails have cannonballs through them. Bro, I always wondered, right? Aren't sails like kind of fragile? Like, how do these sails always like how do they hold up? They can take so much before they get destroyed. Like, I always wondered, like, how do they always hold up?
Denying the Spanish any gap to exploit. But it is a determined attack. HMS Colossus takes heavy sail damage and veers out of control. Her neighbours, Orion and Irresistible, provide covering fire. The Spanish finally receive such a terrible series of broadsides that they abandon their attempt to get through the British line and turn away.
Yeah, this is a very dumb idea. I really don't understand. If I was the Spanish, right? If I was the Spanish, what I would do is I would have used these guys down here to swing up. Swing upward. Okay? Stay broadside. Do some damage. And use these guys to also go upward, parallel to each other. And then, because eventually what will happen is that, eventually when they reach the end, parallel, right? Like this, parallel, they could then like meet up like this and then turn back down together to then finish off the Royal Navy. If I was in that position, I'm not sure why these guys are going head first That's a bad idea. Like, I knew that was a bad idea. I don't like that. I thought that was a stupid plan, and they were gonna get shredded. If I were them, I would have simply just kept going up. Yes, you would have taken damage. However, you have the main fleet on your other parallel side that is also doing damage to them. So you sandwich them. That's basically the plan. You sandwich them, right? You sandwich them. You're doing broadsides on all of their sides, right? So both ships on the British Royal Navy, obviously, that are being sandwiched are getting hit from both sides. That will put them in a very pressured position, right? I mean, this is, oh my god, whatever. That was what I would do if I was in a situation like that. I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if I'm missing something. If you think I'm missing something, again, you are free to comment your opinion, okay? Even if you disagree with me, okay?
For the British, every moment now counts. Admiral Cordova's force is getting away. He plans to slip around the British and rejoin with the rest of his fleet. If the British are to prevent him, someone will have to do something drastic.
Yeah, basically kind of like what I said, like just go around them. But instead of trying to slip around them, like actually like you know, shoot at them whilst you're trying to slip around. It will put them under huge pressure. Timely opposition of Commodore Nelson.
Commodore Nelson commands HMS Captain, a 74-gun ship, towards the rear of the British line. In this age, it was considered crucial to maintain the line of battle for the safe and effective maneuvering of the fleet. But Nelson sees that in their current formation, the Spanish will soon slip out of reach.
Think outside the box, quite literally.
He decides he must do something about it. On his own initiative, disregarding Admiral Jarvis's clear instructions, Nelson gives the order to wear ship and heads, alone, straight towards the main Spanish formation.
Nelson, what are you doing?
HMS Captain is about to take on half a dozen Spanish ships single-handed.
What are you doing?
Cordova's gigantic flagship, Santissima Trinidad.
What are you doing, Nelson?
These wins, it will take Nelson 45 minutes to close with the enemy. All the while, his ship is under heavy fire from the Spanish.
What are you cooking, Nelson?
It's neither fast nor accurate, but steadily, much of her rigging and yards are shot away. It looks like Nelson's gambit might fail. But help is on the way. When Jarvis, aboard Victory, sees Nelson break formation, he signals to other ships to turn in support. HMS Excellent, commanded by Captain Collingwood, is quickest to respond. HMS Culloden is also now close enough to engage the rear Spanish ships.
This is kind of still suicidal.
Salvador del Mundo is effectively disabled. San Isidro has been battered.
Wow.
As HMS Excellent moves up the line to support Nelson, she fires broadsides into them at close range. Both Spanish ships haul down their colors, the signal of surrender. HMS Excellent's bold advance causes San Nicolas to take evasive action, and she collides with San Jose.
What?
Nelson spots his chance. His own ship is crippled, but has just enough way on her to ram San Nicolas and attempt to take
The classic Royal Navy trick. Ram the enemy.
her by boarding. Nelson leads the boarding party himself.
All right, Nelson.
Aboard San Nicolas through a smashed window in the captain's cabin. After a short, sharp fight and close-range discharge of pistols, the crew of San Nicolas surrender. They've suffered more than 200 casualties, about a third of their strength. Nelson's not finished. His men come under musket fire from San Jose, which is alongside San Nicolas.
Oh, he's doing 2 ships.
Gathering more men, Nelson launches a second boarding action from the deck of San Nicolas onto the San Jose. This Spanish crew, bewildered by the sudden onslaught, also surrender. This extraordinary feat of using one captured ship as a springboard to take another is soon dubbed Nelson's patent bridge for boarding first rates.
Amazing. Amazing.
With so many swords by surrendering Spanish officers that he has to pass them to his coxswain to hold. Cordova's flagship, the giant Santissima Trinidad, is now being hammered by 3 British ships.
Bro, what in the world are the other Spanish ships doing?
More than 300 casualties. Around 4 p.m, there are rumors she struck her colors, but it's difficult to tell amid the smoke, din and confusion. Before she can be secured, 2 undamaged Spanish ships arrive and help tow her to safety.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why are the Spanish have more ships?
The British ships are too battered to pursue the enemy, who have begun to regroup and may yet pose a threat.
That's the thing, the Spanish can take the losses, but the British can't.
Signals to his fleet to form up and secure the 4 Spanish ships they've already captured. As Cordova and his remaining fleet sail for Cadiz, the British begin to cheer. A remarkable victory.
Amazing.
Against the odds, the Battle of Cape St. Vincent ended in a significant British victory. 4 Spanish ships of the line were captured, including 2 first-rates.
Oh wow,
800 Spanish
that's a big
sailors
deal.
killed or wounded, and 3,000 taken prisoner. British losses were just 73 dead,
Bro!
27 wounded. Nelson's brilliant success meant his disregard for orders was overlooked. Instead, he was knighted, becoming a Knight Companion of the Order of the Bath. Admiral Sir John Jarvis was made the Earl of St. Vincent.
Man, let me tell you something, bro. I hate the fact that that stupid left-wing liberal government that's currently in control in Barbados just made a country a freaking republic, man. I wish I could be knighted because we did that. Obviously, any Commonwealth realm, you could be knighted. Freaking hell. No, I can't be freaking knighted anymore. So cool. Like, I swear, dude, if I ever become Prime Minister of Barbados, I will restore the monarchy.
Generous pension and other honours. In 1801, he was appointed First Lord of the Admiralty, the political head of the Royal Navy. He lived to the age of 88 and is remembered as one of Britain's greatest admirals. Admiral Cordova, in contrast, was disgraced. Historians and his officers agree that he behaved with courage during the battle, but his ineffective maneuvers were blamed for defeat. He was dismissed from the Navy and forbidden to appear at the Spanish court. He died in 1815.
Damn. Damn.
The Battle of Cape St. Vincent was no battle of annihilation, but it had major strategic consequences. After their defeat, the demoralized Spanish fleet returned to Cadiz, where it was blockaded by the British, meaning the threat of the Spanish and French navies joining forces had been neutralized. And so the next year, 1798, a British squadron commanded by Rear Admiral Nelson returned to the Mediterranean. He was soon in pursuit of a French fleet, carrying General Bonaparte's army to Egypt. In the age of Nelson, a young Englishman wondering how to make a positive difference in the world had an easy answer. Join the Royal Navy, smash the French.
What the heck? What the heck? Freaking sponsors like 4 minutes long? Alright, yeah, I thought you were gonna pay attention to that. Look, man, you made it all the way to the end of the video. If you like my reactions, man, make sure you subscribe. Go check out my other reactions on my channel. Expect me to drop more original content from yours truly. Guys, I know I always say that I'm gonna do it, but you have to keep in mind that, you know, I have my own life and I'm like working a lot, okay? But I still want to drop content. One, because I want more people to be on my channel. I want more people to see my channel. And two, I want to keep y'all entertained, right? I like having a platform to speak. Okay, I do. I like having a platform where... Wait, can my camera... Is it? Okay, that's weird. Oh, freaking AI camera. I don't know. I don't know how this thing works. I'm so used to having garbage equipment for all my... Anyways, the point is, like you know, it's gonna come, guys. All right, it's gonna come. I've been kind of testing it out. You know, testing my editing skills with my Ukraine videos. If you haven't seen those, go check it out. And I've been kind of testing out my editing skills and seeing like, okay, how cut out am I for this, right? Because I don't want to just sit here and just make reaction videos, right? Yeah, I don't want to do that. But anyways, y'all, thank you for watching. Make sure you like so that my channel stays on the algorithm. If you have anything to say to me in the comment sections, man, you already know what to do. Go comment it down below, because I read every single comment, even the ones that try to insult me. I just laugh those off. Anyways, goodbye, man.